Hey guys, what's up? It's Friday, at least as the day you're watching this, not of the day I'm making this. But anyway, it's Friday, and that means another Friday video. Today, since I haven't done one in a while, I'm going to do episode 2 of my first listen. The first episode you can watch above my head here, where I took and listened to the indie rock band Paris for the first time and was highly intrigued. Today, we're going to take a look at a band that I had heard about and that I had been told, hey, maybe you should check out. And lo and behold, I found one of their albums for cheap at a bookstore and was like, why not? I'll buy this album, I'll check it out, and see what comes of it. And I'm talking about, I'm going to listen to, or I took a listen to, not going to, I already took a listen to the XX for the first time. They're an English as in British, indie rock or indie pop band from the United Kingdom. And I took a look at their recent album from 2017, I See You. I have listened to all three of their albums, but I look at the most recent album by said artist and just give my honest opinion. So, let's just get it started with this episode of My First Listen.
They say you are dangerous, but I don't care. I'm going to pretend.
So, apparently the band actually used to be 4 people. It was the 3 main members now, which are Rami Madley Croft, who does guitar and vocals, Oliver Smith, who does bass and vocals, and Jamie Smith does a lot of the production, beats, and other things. And then there was Bria Qureshi, who did keyboards and guitar all on their first album, and then she had left, so their second album, they went as a trio, and that's what it's been. Even on this album here, I See You, it's a trio. One thing that intrigues me with this band is that Croft and Sim, their vocals do very good, like mixing together. It's very melodic, very duet-like, and it sounds pretty cool. I just never, I never would have thought something like that would sound cool. And, the atmosphere of some of these songs are, pretty decent to say the least. Nothing like the only one I would say where I was really found really catchy was the song Dangerous, the first song. That was a big surprise to me throwing it on. And then you have songs like Say Something Loving, Lips, that really, that do their job. I mean, I wasn't impressed as much with the second half of the album. And you know how I feel with albums like that, because it makes this hard to rank. And it makes my feeling for the band hard to rank. That's why I went back and listened to their older stuff, just to see if, maybe they've critiqued their sound from the first couple of albums, so maybe I'm missing something here. And, I had heard, their other songs on here, and I can't really put my finger around how I feel, because when they hit the mark, but then when they don't hit the mark, it's just really boring, and I just can't get into it as much, if you know what I'm saying. Other songs like Performance and Brave for You and I Dare You just fall flat on their face. They don't do a lot for me in terms of, catchiness and just utter gonna get stuck in my head. Even the deluxe version, I do like the song Naive, but other songs like Seasons Run and Brave for You, the Marfa demo, I don't know what Marfa is. It was just something where I was like, we can do that. Okay, the Marfa demo was the recording studio that they used, but I think too, it's their first album in 5 years. I really don't know what happened to the band in between their 2012 album and this album. I just I found the 4 singles really good. On Hold, I Dare You, Say Something, Love, and Dangerous are decent singles, but like I said, the ones that aren't singles, there's only a few of the 6 non-singles that I would really say I like, so there's that about that. I guess there's good bass lines on some of these songs by Oliver Sim, and some of the synths are pretty good. Like on the second track at first, I thought my CD was skipping, but no, that's just how they did the song. Say Something Loving right at the beginning. They do like that skipping feeling that some bands tend to do. I know Tame Impala did it on their last album where, I think the record did skip while they were like mixing it or whatever, but they liked that beat so much that they decided to keep it and make it their beat. So that could have been the same thing here, or it could have just been, hey, let's just, throw in a repeat, which, like I said, was cool. I had no problem with that. That sounded really cool. But yeah, that's basically what I got from this band so far. My feeling on the band, like I said, they're interesting, but they leave me wanting a lot more in terms. I'm not saying the albums I listened to were horrible and unlistenable. Just some parts were just so great, and then the rest just felt like filler, and you're just like, for a fact that they can do better than this. I mean, the only one of their albums that didn't get at least an 80 out of 100 on Metacritic was Coexist, and that got a 79. Their debut album, their self-titled debut album got an 87, and this past album got an 85. So obviously the critics like what they're doing, and I have no problem with that. I think it's cool what they're doing. But, at the same time, sometimes I just find myself falling asleep, and then when that song's over, here's the next song, let's listen to it, falling asleep again, the next song, alright, well this one's at least good enough. So, I don't know if it's just me. Like I said, I have a lot of different tastes in music, and I can take a lot of stuff, and I can even take that stuff that's kind of not boring sounding, but like that very mellow stuff and not fall asleep, or not want to fall asleep. I mean, I just did that with American Football's record. There's stuff out there that holds your interest even though it might sound boring, and this band just really isn't able to do that on some songs. So, if I had to rate the album I listened to, I See You, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And if I had to rate the band overall, I'd say the same thing. Like, I'm not going to be like a huge fan of this band, but I will be interested to hear the singles that they release going down the line, and I probably will review the next album whenever that is, when they decide to release that too, just to kind of see where they're going next. But I'm not going to be like a super mega fan, but if something comes out, I won't be hesitant to check it out. So, they can hold good singles. They have very good singles. So yeah, that's my take on the band. Tell me in the comments below, a band you've never heard me talk about. You could suggest in the comments, or if I haven't heard a certain band, you guys can type in the comments what episode of my first listen you want me to do next. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will catch you guys in the next one.